What is there to see at the world's largest freshwater lake? Well, let's go find out and go see another slice of God's beautiful creation. Let's get going. So Lake Superior is the world's largest freshwater lake, at least in terms of surface area. It's the third largest in terms of volume. There's a lot you could see and do here. You could easily spend a couple weeks. We only had about 5 days, so this is what we got up to. We first went to Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, which is in Wisconsin. We then headed over to Isle Royale National Park in Michigan. There's only one way, well, there's two ways you can get there, either by boat or by plane. We decided, just given some time constraints, to actually fly over there. We spent one night camping, did some really cool hikes, did a boat ride. We had an epic sunrise there. I'm excited to show you some of the photos that I captured at that sunrise. I really hope you enjoy them. I think you will. We then headed east further along the shore to Painted Rocks National Lakeshore. This is another beautiful area. Unfortunately, we didn't have as much time as we wanted to explore that area, but we still got to see a lot of beautiful sights. So come along and let's go check it out. We figured the best way to see the Apostle Islands was via a boat tour. So we took the Grand Tour, which is about a 2-hour boat ride around the islands. The Apostle Islands are made up of about 21 islands, of which we were able to see most of them on this tour. The highlight of these islands are the very beautiful sandstone sea caves. They were pretty special. So tonight is a blue supermoon. Do you know what a blue supermoon is? Well, the blue part means that this is the second full moon in this calendar month. And a supermoon means that the moon is at its closest orbit to Earth. We've come down to the shore at Lake Superior. We should have a pretty direct shot to the moon coming up over the horizon. It should look pretty big. We'll see what this looks like. The supermoon was so cool to see. I mean, it really was pretty big coming up over the horizon. But as always, it's challenging to capture something like that on camera. So seeing it with the human eye is always going to be better. I did my first time lapse of shooting the moon, but to be honest, I wasn't too happy with how it came out. It's pretty rough and a bit amateurish. I really struggled with getting the exposure right, and this isn't exactly something you can get a second go at. So if anyone has any advice for me on photographing the moon, I'd love to hear it. So let me know in the comments. I did include the time lapse here for you to see it, so let me know what you think. Our adventure to the Isle Royale National Park began with a float plane over to the island. It was about a 45-minute flight, and we got to see some great views of Lake Superior on the way over. We were able to camp right near the area called Rock Harbor. There's a campground that had quite a few sites, some of which had a shelter. We were lucky enough to grab one of those shelters, and we actually decided to set our tent up inside the shelter just to protect us from the cold and the wind. We only spent one night on the island, but managed to do a fun boat ride where we visited a historic fish hatchery site where a private family lived and commercially fished back in the day. Near the hatchery was also a cabin where a couple currently lives that have invested a lot of time into researching the relationship between the moose and the wolves on the islands. They spent a lot of time collecting the bones of dead moose for research. It was quite the sight to see so many moose bones and antlers. We also got to visit the oldest lighthouse located at Isle Royale. This boat tour was a great way to cover a lot of ground and see a lot of the islands, so we really enjoyed doing this. This was just the morning we needed. You know, traveling like we have been can definitely wear us down. You know, sometimes we feel like we're just going, and sometimes we'll wake up super early to go see sunrise and photograph it and just have horrible conditions. Well, not today. So our morning began at about 6 a.m. in the darkness on about a 2-mile hike on the Stoll Trail to Scoville Point. As we were on the hike in the darkness, we could see the sun starting to come up, and we knew it was going to be a good sunrise. What a beautiful sunrise. Lavinia and I kept talking about how it just feels crazy that we are in the middle of a lake and not the ocean. But man, this is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Sadly, our time at the national park came to an end, but we really enjoyed our time here. As I mentioned earlier, we didn't have a ton of time at Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. It looks like a beautiful spot, and really the best way to see it is probably from the water, but again, we just didn't have the time to do it. We did get to see some of the sights though, and it was really beautiful. Well, we really hope you enjoyed our little adventure to Lake Superior. You know, there was so much to see and do. We really enjoyed the stuff that we did get to see, but this is a reminder for us that one of the challenges of van life is we are trying to cover so much ground, and you do have to pick and choose what you see, what you don't see. It can be very easy to leave a place like Lake Superior and feeling regrets like we didn't get to see everything, but that's just the fact of what we're up against. So we hope you enjoyed it. You know, the highlight for me was definitely that sunrise hike at Isle Royale. That's it for now though. We'll see you on the road next time, and may God bless you.